And we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome here tonight to another edition of NASCAR Heat 5 Career Mode on the channel. Race number 19 of Season 2 for the NASCAR Xfinity Series side of things as we go to New Hampshire Motor Speedway for the Overton's 200. We'll see if Keegan Schneider can end up tying the record for the most Xfinity wins in a single season here tonight. Chase Briscoe's record set last year with 9 wins in 2020. Schneider currently has 8 coming into play today. Came close at Kentucky yesterday, a runner-up finish, and maybe a lap away from being able to get around Harrison Burton for the win on a green-white checker finish, but nevertheless, Harrison Burton was the driver to go to victory lane for the first time last season. We're looking at the playoff bubble as well. We've had 9 different winners so far this year. Again, 12 drivers make the playoffs in the Xfinity Series field. We had 15 different winners last year, so not as many up to this point this year, but it is still possible to reach that many, considering we still have 7 races until the playoffs, even after the checkered flag flies here in this one. This is also a doubleheader here today, the final doubleheader we are going to have for quite some time. We'll be caught up after today, on pace to getting done with the NASCAR Heat 5 Career Mode as well as the final season for the Championship Mode on NASCAR Heat 5 before NASCAR 21 or the next NASCAR game ends up coming out from what we've heard in September. Should get done by August 31st at this point now, excluding all the road trips and stuff that I'm going on too. So this will be the final doubleheader for quite some time. So don't be surprised if I only one race a day going forward. Plus, we're going to be getting into the Cup Series pretty soon, and we're only going to have Cup Series races, both with the final season on the Championship Mode and the Career Mode. Once that happens, there's no way I'm going to be able to do 2 races in one day. Usually the doubleheaders you see are truck and Xfinity races. So that is pretty much the opening spiel for this one. We'll get into race 1 here tonight. Second race will be coming up immediately following this one. That will be at Iowa, so 2 short tracks. We're going to have a lot of fun here in this one. Chase Briscoe, we just talked about him having that record from last year. It still holds for now. He starts on the pole looking for his first win of the season in race 1 today. Daniel Hemrick, Brandon Brown, and Jesse Little will all be starting at the rear. Schneider qualified in 20th, but he looks like he'll be starting a little bit further up in the running order with those guys going to the rear. Kyle Larson, Van Black, Ace Oni, and Justin Sozio, welcome to the stream. Chase Briscoe going to lead the field to the green at the start-finish line. We're underway at New Hampshire. 200-lap race, 45 laps in stage 1 and 2 with 110 in the final stage. Already 3 wide into turn 1 as Schneider's trying to take over control on the inside of Landon Castle and Ray Black Jr. Austin Hill going to get a run to his outside now for the moment. Schneider fights to the inside of Landon Castle again, can't really get around it. Has to fall in line behind him though to stay in front of Austin Hill. Lap 1 is led by pole sitter Chase Briscoe. DB Forever 85 welcome to the stream as well. Big slide job into turns 1 and 2 for Schneider to get around Castle that time. Joe Graff Jr. looking on him as well to try and get around him. Told me Snowhand Dude 22. Alright, I'll call you by your name. Not your actual name, but yeah, you can know your current channel. Graff Jr. going to make a passable position there as well.
Still there?
Schneider did not have a good finish at New Hampshire last season, so we'll have to see what he can do in this race this time around. A lot different team from last year. He had 4 wins, but all those coming, all but one of those at least, coming in those final 9 races of the season. Picking up with 8 wins already in the first 18 races this year. And again, only 3 finishes outside the top 10. With 2 DNFs in there.
Careful, still there.
Schneider gains ground on Joe Graff Jr. Looked low, but Joe Graff going to block him. Big gap between where Joe Graff Jr. and Keegan Schneider are battling for 16th right now, back to the 18th, 19th, and further back cars with Castle, Harmon, and the rest of the field, really. There's a big gap in front of these two as well to get to the leaders. Chase Briscoe's cakewalking it right now as he's pulling away. Looks like there's one other car kind of keeping pace with him, and then a big gap back to third, and there's just from third through 15th. Everybody's all packed together. Schneider again to the inside of Joe Graff Jr. Can't complete the pass. Starts to slide up the track. Had to lift and let Joe Graff by without any contact. Patrick Shadley, welcome to the stream as well. Got out early today, enjoying lunch, watching the stream. Awesome. Yeah, I guess it would be only 2 o'clock where you're at. Western time zone's 5 o'clock here. Or the Pacific time zone, excuse me. Out west.
Still there.
Schneider sends it.
Inside.
Looking to make Xfinity Series history today. It's a great battle for 16th at the start between Schneider and Joe Graff Jr. Now Schneider tries to side draft him down the front stretch as much as he can.
Still there.
Both drivers go deep into turns 1 and 2. Joe Graff able to go a little deeper because he went down to that bottom lane. And Schneider's still all over his back bumper. So hard to pass here.
Careful, still there. Careful, still there.
Again to the outside. Seems like the outer lane's working a lot better than the bottom right near the apron, that yellow line. For Schneider at least. Didn't want to go quite that high, but overran the corner slightly. He's still keeping up with Joe Graff though. You can tell this 99 car is faster than him, he just can't get around him. Trying to pinch him down in the center of the corner, so that way Schneider gets the drive off, and finally he's able to clear him off turn 2.
Keep hitting your mark. You'll keep getting better.
That time of the year where it's getting warmer outside, so I have my fan on to try and help me. Usually, if I stream a little bit later at night where it's at least a tad bit cooler, I try not to have it on because I feel like it messes with the audio sometimes, but just with where I live, I have to have it on, so again, if that ends up like getting in the way and you can hear like, you know, like a blowing in the background, sorry about that. I have it on medium. Because low, it's not enough, and high, it would be way too loud. Definitely be able to hear it over the mic and the actual game audio as well. Carson Boy, welcome to the stream. Pretty much in no man's land right now is where Chase Briscoe is at. Kind of dominating this thing early, at least leading every lap to this point. I think Brandon Jones is in second place, somewhat keeping up with him, but there's still a couple car lengths between the two of them, and Jones really can't close in more than that. That was close to the wall. He's trying to enter the corners higher, exit in that middle to lower lane as much as he possibly can. Really backs it down to the center, gets back to the gas, diamonding these corners off about as well as he possibly can. And he has caught up to the 15th place car now of Anthony Alfredo. Road courses coming up on the schedule over the next couple days. Fitting for this weekend, considering that we have 2 different road courses coming onto the NASCAR schedule this week. One for the Xfinity Series at Mid-Ohio Motorsports Park on Saturday afternoon, and Sunday afternoon at Sonoma for the NASCAR Cup Series. I will be at the Saturday Xfinity race in Mid-Ohio. So I'll have a vlog coming there for that, and the vlog from the Coke 600 Charlotte Motor Speedway. My overall race highlights and all the videos I took before the race at the racetrack, giving you a show around Charlotte Motor Speedway. That will be up on the channel by the end of the night, as promised. We will still be streaming Saturday, so that means we'll have 2 straight days of road course racing. We're on Friday night, tomorrow night, when I get off of work, we'll be racing at Road America, Watkins Glen, on Saturday night when I get back to Mid-Ohio. There's a good run there on Ray Black Jr. It's around him on the outside. Just a little too tight when he tries to run the bottom while making the pass. He could run the bottom on his own and handle fine, but when he's trying to make a pass, he can't really do it. The risk with running the top on corner entries, you give up the bottom, somebody could get underneath you, and when Schneider's trying to diamond these corners off, it's obviously going to hurt his corner exit quite a bit because he can't get back into the gas nearly as soon as what he would want to. Just was able to hold clear the 39 of Sieg that time. Trying to stay full focus. That could be what costed him because of the strategy game last night at Kentucky. Just would have hit it for those 2 tires at the end of the stage like he originally planned on doing. Likely would have had a good chance to win the race. Wouldn't have had to fight from a lap down on multiple occasions. He still came back to finish second in a wild finish. We saw Chase Briscoe wreck in the final couple laps of the race, sparking the green-white checker finish. Schneider, who had blown a left front a couple laps before the caution, was able to pit but couldn't repair his damage due to the 5-second damage clock policy we have with NASCAR Heat 5. On the inside of Justin Haley, and he actually does make a pass on the bottom. Slides up the racetrack. Haley looking for the crossover. Might get there, and he does. He holds on. And we got trouble down the front stretch. Riley Hurst is up in smoke. Gregson goes low. He's in the inside wall, trying to miss the 18 of Hurst, who is very slow. Oh my goodness, Alex Obey just about ran right into the back of Hurst in the center of 1 and 2. Heavy damage to the front of Hurst's race car. We stay green. That'll move Schneider up to 9th. Pulls away from Gregson and Haley now. He was battling side by side with Haley off of turn 4. Luckily, both cars were able to miss, and then again, Gregson actually got into the inside wall, drastically moving down middle of the front straightaway to get to the inside of the smoking 18 car. Oh, welcome to the stream. Brayden Thompson, welcome on in as well. No exact release date yet. Once they come out with an exact release date, I'm sure you'll be able to pre-order it then. But I've heard rumors about it coming out in September. Legitimate rumors, not like, I'm making it up or anything. Like, I've heard from reliable sources that the game's coming out sometime in September, which is when the NASCAR Heat games all came out, except for the last game. Heat 5 was an early release in July, but the first 4 of them were released in September, right around Labor Day weekend. It was usually the weekend after Labor Day, which was pretty much the week the playoffs started. Playoffs started or the regular season ended was about when it came out. Obviously, with the season kind of shifted forward a little bit more, it'll be like in the middle of the round of 16 when it comes out, but that will be the scheduled time for the next NASCAR game, likely, if I had to guesstimate. And I would probably say 2 to 3 months before that, we'll end up seeing a pre-order date, which the 3-month mark from then would technically be next weekend, not this weekend, but next weekend. So if there's nothing then, I would say closer to around the 4th of July, there to likely be a pre-order date. Just by, you know, recent history and guesstimating, you know, using my context clues to give an educated guess there. That's probably what we're looking at. Which is good for us because we can finish everything on NASCAR Heat 5. 20 laps to go in stage 1. 9 seconds off the lead still for Schneider to the 98 of Briscoe. Briscoe's led every lap so far tonight. He's in the middle of lap traffic, as is most of the top 10. Huge traffic right in front of Cindric, Clements, and Burton. Burton again coming off that win at Kentucky last night, his first of the season. Locking himself into the playoffs now. And we'll have a shot to go for back-to-back championships.
Clear high, clear high.
Rough start to the year. He's been a lot more consistent in the middle portion of the year. That win obviously helps prove that point. Clements to the outside of Cindric, but the lap car is going to get in the way. That's CJ McLaughlin in the 93. Cindric uses him as a pick. Schneider follows Cindric to get to 6th place, and Burton now going to follow Schneider as well. A train action game to get around the 51 of Clements for those two. Cindric pulls away from Clements even further. Now Clements finally gets down to the inside. Meanwhile, on the outside lane, Schneider gets to the outside of the 22. Cindric goes 3 wide up the middle between the lap car and the 99. Schneider blocks him down the back straightaway for 5th. All clear. Then he gets around the lap car of Brandon Brown as well, and he starts to pull away from Cindric. Oh, you got a PS5 now. Awesome. Yeah, I'm hoping to get a PS5 by the time that next NASCAR game comes out. Really need to get on pre-ordering that. I think I'm going to wait for my next check to come out because I've been purchasing the last of the tickets I need for races this season. The only tickets that I still have to buy, I have my tickets for Nashville, Pocono, and Road America, so 100% I'm going to those 3. All in a row. Well, 4, I guess, considering Pocono's a doubleheader. I'll be there all weekend. Mid-Ohio for the Xfinity races Saturday, obviously, too. And then I have my tickets for Martinsville already. I got those renewed from last year where we were supposed to go. So, the only tickets I still have to get are the 4 for my family for Bristol for the night race this year, and then Michigan and Indianapolis. I don't know how many tickets I need to get for Michigan. That's the only reason I haven't repurchased those, because I'm going to go in there. It'll be my 6th trip to Michigan this year, because that's my home track. Let's see. Already have gone to 3 of them. Coke 600, Talladega, Dover. A couple of big races in there. Had a lot of fun with it so far this year, that's for sure. It's crazy how quickly that flew by, too. I knew this summer was going to fly by because of it. Now it's already early June, and I'm going to 3 races, 3 weekends in a row. I mean, late June into early July is just going to fly. Then it'll settle down a little bit into July and early August because I'll have like 5 weeks in a row and won't be going to a race. Especially those 2 weeks in a row NASCAR is going to have off during when the Olympics are going. Going to the Indy Road Course. Nice. Maybe you'll see me there.
You're clear there.
Yeah, I'll be there for both days for that one. Get to see my first IndyCar race on Saturday. Watch the Xfinity Series and the Cup on Sunday.
Say hi, say hi.
A lot of road courses this year if you consider Mid-Ohio this weekend for the Xfinity Series. Road America, Indianapolis. I did go to 2 road courses one season a couple years ago. I went to Watkins Glen and the Charlotte Roval. Cup Series at least.
Careful, still there. Clear high, clear high.
Always a good time at the racetrack, doesn't matter. Short track, intermediate, super speedway, road course, they're all fun. I've been to all of them at least once now, so.
Inside.
2 short tracks, 2 super speedway races, a lot of intermediates, and 2 road courses so far.
Stay on the bottom.
Had a great time at all of them.
Clear high, clear
Schneider got picked behind the 6 of David Stars. He's working on Michael Annette now for 4th place. Annette going to hang on in front of him for the moment. We'll have 10 laps to go this time by in stage 1. Briscoe, again, has still led them all. And he's really pulled away from Brandon Jones since lap traffic. Schneider almost into the wall off turn 4. He got into the gas a little too soon. Oh, and now into the back of Michael Annette getting into turn 1. That's not going to help. Gets to the outside. Tries to side draft him now. 95 on the engine power coming into this race today, a 94 on the aero, and a 92 on the suspension. And this car probably a little bit over a 93 overall all the way around. Working on trying to upgrade that engine department to a 100. If we do decide to spend more money this season. It's still undecided. It will be until we have the money to purchase what we need to. Then that's when the big decision will come into play. For the next few races at least, we're just coming out here trying to get the most we can out of the equipment we already have. Trying to win this regular season championship. We're in a dogfight right now with Chase Briscoe for it. And Briscoe's leading this race, looking for those much-needed points. He hasn't had any wins this year, so a playoff point for winning stage 1 would go a long way as well. Got with a slide job on the 7 of Allgaier. Allgaier going to try now a crossover move in the middle of turns 3 and 4 to get back to the inside of the 99. 7 to go, stage 1. Allgaier backs out a little bit early into the corner, maybe trying to set Schneider up. Schneider pinches him off in the center of the corner now to keep Allgaier from beating him back to the gas. Schneider is finally up to 3rd after starting 17th. Slowly but surely making his way through the field in stage 1. And he's pushing extremely hard. He's going to have a chance, a very good opportunity to get around Brandon Jones for 2nd, but he's still 5 seconds off the lead from Briscoe and only 6 more laps to go. He's going to need lap traffic to really get in Briscoe's way right now. And that's not impossible either. Briscoe's lapped a lot of cars already as well. AC Martin's in 20th. Easily a lap down right now as well. Schneider going to make the quick pass on him.
Outside, outside. You're all clear up top there. Hold your line, got one inside. Bottom clear. 5 laps to go.
Five laps left in the stage. Schneider down to the apron as he diamonds the corner off. Again, really pushing hard. 4 seconds off the lead. It's going to depend how quickly he can get around Brandon Jones right here for 2nd. He's got a massive run off turn 4. Oh, Jones trying to block. Schneider has to try the inside now into turn 1 after Jones blocked Schneider's groove on the outside lane. Jones tries the crossover, can't stay under him, and Schneider's up to 2nd, 3.5 seconds off the lead. But a lot of lap cars still in between Briscoe and Schneider.
Careful, still there. Hold your line, got one outside.
Just slides up in front of Nemechek.
Got one peeking inside.
A little bit of a close call there. So you gotta have enough time, or did Briscoe build up enough of a lead before Schneider can cut in there by the time he got up to 2nd. Austin Hill's really slowing Briscoe up quite a bit off turn 2. Leads down to 3 seconds. Now just less than 3 seconds, halfway down the back straightaway. There's still about 4 more lap cars directly in front of Chase Briscoe that he's going to have to work through if he's going to want a good shot to win the stage. It's going to be close.
Stay on the bottom.
Stage points on the line, playoff point on the line. Side by side now is Briscoe with the lap car of Brandon Brown. He gets around him quickly. Needed to. Now they're side by side right in front of him, so he looks to the outside to go 3 wide into turns 3 and 4. Schneider's pushing extremely hard off turn 4 as he was sliding sideways. Gets around Austin Hill before they even get into turn 1. He is gaining a ton right now on Chase Briscoe, but it might be too little too late. He's going to have one more shot to get to him through 3 and 4. Still one lap car in between the two of them. Briscoe again to the outside. Trying to get around Ray Black Jr. Schneider slides the tires. Trying to get the drive off, and again, he's just a little too late. Chase Briscoe wins stage 1 at New Hampshire by about a second over Schneider, who was really charging hard at the end of the stage, but he fell out short. Brandon Jones finishes 3rd, followed by Allgaier, Annette, the top 5, and Cindric, Burton, Clements, Chastain, and Little 6th through 10th. Caution free through stage 1. One driver out of the race, that would be Riley Herbst. A lot of great racing there in stage 1. Four fresh tires. No adjustment for this 99 team this time. Actually, they will make an adjustment. Half around a wedge going to be taken out of the race car. Schneider and his crew wins the race off pit road. So it's going to lead us first laps of the day under caution. Chase Briscoe will restart 2nd. These are the first laps Briscoe has not led today after leading all 45 laps under green in stage 1. Green flag back in the air, stage 2 underway. And quickly Schneider pulls up in front of Briscoe when he got the opportunity. Trying to pinch Allgaier down, couldn't do it. And Allgaier gets to the lead off turn 2 from 3rd to 1st. At least if it holds Briscoe back in traffic a little bit, that's only going to help everybody else going forward. Have to assume.
Got a car low now. You got room, you're clear there.
Briscoe still on the outside of Chastain. Got a big run down the back straightaway. And he'll be able to get around Ross for 5th. Schneider over drives the corner in 3 and 4. Briscoe quickly gets around him for 4th place. Chastain gets around now back inside the top 5. Schneider blocks Chastain's teammate Justin Haley. Better track position was Schneider had at the very start of the race, so you'd have to imagine that's going to help him out. Plus the adjustment made there could obviously help as well. We'll see in the long run if it'll help or hurt. The side drafts Haley. Stay on that right rear. Oh, Hemrick moves up. Little bump and run on the 99.
Got a car low now. You got room, you're clear.
Moved him right up in front of Austin Cindric, who had to check up.
Inside. Still there.
Kind of a noob right now.
Got one down low now. Hold your line, got one inside.
I look like one? Is that what you're saying? I'd say I'm doing a pretty good job.
Inside.
Schneider really got his line taken away in the middle. He wanted to chop down in front of the 21, but Alfredo already there.
Hold your line, got one inside.
Just got down in front of Alex LeBay in the process as well. Exactly. I know these guys are going to get around us. I'm good at taking care of my equipment. You need to when you're in a long race.
Got a car low now.
It's all we do on the channels. But I'm good at getting the most out of it. Like, I can race aggressively without making contact as much as I possibly can. So you might see me threading the needle a lot, but that's mainly for the entertainment purposes, trying to give you guys some sort of good racing action. Scary Davey, welcome to the stream.
Careful. Still there. Got a car coming inside now.
Yeah, I know I'm braking a lot.
Still there.
I'm only braking as hard as I am just because I'm not backing out of the corners early. I'm trying to drive it in deeper.
Still there.
So that way these cars underneath me can't clear me as easily, that's all.
Stay high.
You don't have to worry about like cooking up the brake temperatures in this game, so that's nice. I can get away with it. Get away with it at the road courses a lot too.
On the inside.
To see how that might progress into the next NASCAR game, then obviously I'd have to change that driving style a little bit. Now it seems to work out somewhat all right. All the tire smoke you're seeing, by the way, too, some of it is, you know, some of it is locking the front tires up, but not all of it. It does that for some reason on the short tracks and road courses in this game. I don't know why.
Inside. Clear low.
I never used to do that, but I've really noticed it, at least with the career mode, a lot as of late. Like at Martinsville, you'll be in the center of the corner, like, not even on the brakes, you're like on the gas, and like there's still smoke coming out of the tires. And I think with this being a flatter track, kind of like Martinsville, just a half mile bigger, that's why you're probably seeing it here too. Starting to gain that ground back. The good news is for the 99 team, they're going to want to have a shot to win Stage 2. You know that Chase Briscoe is going to be one of the guys that you are going to have to beat. Well, he lost the lead and then some on that last restart. He fell back to 5th. That's why Justin Allgaier is leading his first laps of the race right now. He's led every lap of Stage 2 under green so far. Schneider's only led 2 laps today. That was during the stage break after winning the race off pit road, but he has not led a green flag lap yet in this one. R6R6, welcome to the stream.
Stay low.
Oh, wow. That was a close call. Gregson wanted to get to the inside. Schneider beat him to it and almost pulled down in front of the 99. Schneider clears Gregson off of turn 4. Harrison Burton's going to follow the 99 car to the inside as well as he gets to the inside of Gregson for position. Burton lost a lot of spots there at the beginning of the stage on that restart as well. He was in the top 10 at the end of stage 1, finished 6th or 7th. Welcome back again, Carson Boy. Difficult, I'm on 105 for the AI difficulty, and then career mode's a little bit different. It would be on Legend, the hardest difficulty. Most tracks we go to, we have a long run car, but that's not always the case. Sometimes we're balanced, sometimes, more often than not, we're faster on the longer run. I'm taking care of my tires quite a bit in the Xfinity Series. I know it might not look like it, but it seems like the AI cars tend to pit a few laps before us majority of the time. Las Vegas really the only track that I've had a hard time trying to take care of the tires. Every other track, we've been doing a very good job of it on this career mode. Kentucky would have been the only exception, too. We did a better job last season at Kentucky with the tires. I don't know why we had such a problem with it last night, but yeah, outside of that, it's pretty much just Las Vegas. Jason Games, welcome to the stream. Watch the new iCarly. I never really watched iCarly growing up. I never really watched, like... I watched Nickelodeon when I was, like, really young. You know, SpongeBob, Jimmy Neutron, you know, Fairly Odd Parents, you know, stuff like that. But I never, like... I guess Drake and Josh, too, but I never really, like, watched it, you know, beyond that. No, I don't have any intentions to watch it. Yep, we are doing a doubleheader tonight. Final one, I could say, for probably the summer, to be quite honest. So you definitely don't want to miss a thing. We'll be going to Iowa after this, so a couple of short tracks here tonight. Can't get any better than that. My sister watched iCarly a lot. That was more her childhood than mine. that point in time, I was getting a little bit older, so it wasn't really. Watching any cartoons or anything of that nature. Nickelodeon or Disney, wasn't really watching much at that time. Drake and Josh is the best kid/teen show ever indeed. I haven't watched it in a very long time. I mean, I haven't watched it pretty much since I stopped watching, but it's one of those things I might have to, you know, go back and like rewatch it just to see like now, like if it's still funny to me, or if it was just because I was younger. I've never really done that. Except for like clips on YouTube, you'll find of like SpongeBob stuff. Like that's the only time I think I've ever like rekindled my childhood programs to like. But I mean, I haven't actually gone back and like watched like an episode. God, I don't even know. A lot of the like older ones were pretty good. The first episode that Sandy was in when he went into the tree dome was pretty. That one was pretty good. When he was getting dehydrated and stuff. That one. Oh, the one when they took Squidward jellyfishing, that was a pretty good one. They basically killed him. And then the two snow episodes they had too, the snowball fight one, and then the one where they were in the tree dome in the wintertime. Like I think those are probably the top episodes for me. But I don't really have like a personal favorite. I mean, there's a lot of funny moments that come out of that. But I feel like episodes in general, those would probably be the ones I can think of that would be the top of my list. Braves football team, welcome to the stream. Justin Allgaier just getting into lap traffic now here in Stage 2. Still no cautions for incident today. Only 21 laps to go in Stage 2. And only one driver out of the race, as we saw a little bit of damage after maybe a blown tire and being knocked out of the race for Riley Herbst earlier in Stage 1. A lot of great racing, though, throughout.
Still there. Car high, careful.
SpongeBob is the GOAT of animated kid shows. That I also agree. Without a doubt.
Still there. We've got 24 laps. Bottom clear.
Honestly, I feel like Patrick being a national treasure is what helped sell that show for me when I was a kid. I think his pure stupidity was what helped the comedic relief. I feel like that was the best part. That and the couple clips I've seen going back on it, how relatable Squidward is now at an older age, and watching it back there, I feel like those parts are funnier now than what they were when I was a kid. Just the stuff that he, you know, says throughout the show. Yeah, I never got into anime or anything. Never really watched Cartoon Network a lot either. It's pretty much just like those, you know, a few Nickelodeon shows, and that was about it. I don't really think there was anything on Disney Channel I watched when I was younger either. Yeah, that was pretty much it. Most of my childhood evolved around NASCAR and Nickelodeon. That's pretty much it. Well, sports in general and Nickelodeon, but NASCAR was always like, I would always go over to my grandparents' house a lot in the summertime, especially when I didn't have school, be watching the races. My parents never really watched it, so I was like, oh, why watch it by myself? Like, go to my grandparents and have somebody to watch it with. Michael Annette got to the lead a few laps ago in the lap traffic on Justin Allgaier.
Say hi, say hi. Say hi, say hi.
I can't confirm that, R6. It's really... Obviously, the more dangerous tracks we go to every year on the schedule, Daytona and Talladega. something can still happen there. We have seen bad crashes where guys have gotten hurt.
All right, you're clear.
I mean, we've seen crashes at other tracks, these faster intermediate tracks where guys have gotten hurt, like Eric Almirola at Kansas. And what was that, 2017 when that happened? 2016 or 2017? One of those 2 years. But that accident, Denny Hamlin in 2013 at Fontana, he broke his back. Brad Keselowski in a testing session, I think that was the same year, 2013, 2014, somewhere around there, when he broke his foot at Road Atlanta on road course and testing. Kyle Busch's accident in 2015 at Daytona. So I mean, and those were all in the Gen 6 era too, so those have all been in recent years. So not that there are flaws necessarily with the safety of the race car, it's just racing. Oh well, how can I forget Ryan Newman 2020 Daytona 500 too? So I mean, it's not, it's still something that happens, not as often as it used to, but you usually see probably once a season or once every other season where somebody gets seriously injured. So I wouldn't say it's out of the question. We've just kind of gotten used to the fact that nobody has, died in an accident in the sport of NASCAR in over 20 years. It really depends on the tracks, honestly, the tracks and the track safety. I think Coda was a big one. I know it was raining, but that fast area of the racetrack doesn't mean that something can happen on restart when everybody's bunched together and a bad accident happens there. We've seen that Watkins Glen, in some dangerous areas of the racetrack where we've seen nasty crashes there too. So, again, it's not impossible with more road courses coming up on the schedule in NASCAR. I'd say that those, at least in NASCAR, are just as dangerous, if not more dangerous, than the mile and a half we go to. So, as far as like the danger side of things. But obviously, you don't want to wish that on anybody. Schneider battling Jesse Little for 5th, and he cannot get around him, whether it's on the inside, the outside. Jeremy Clement's just in front as well.
Still there.
I mean, I play golf, but I can't recall really watching it much as a kid. I watch the majors now. Usually try to. I missed Phil Mickelson winning, but I did watch the highlights the next day. I missed it because I was watching NASCAR. And I missed the Masters this year because the Martinsville race was on it. I was really hoping Martinsville would run Saturday night so I could watch the Masters that Sunday, but obviously it got rained into Sunday, so I had to run the race then. And I ended up missing the end of the Masters this year.
Careful, still there.
Yeah, I pretty much watch any sport. I got my teams at least that I keep an eye on. I don't watch like league round or league wide, except for football. It's really the only sport I can like actually watch a game that, my favorite team's not playing in, that I can have a rooting interest. Well, not a rooting interest, but enjoy watching it. I think fantasy football plays into that too, because I play fantasy football, so that's probably a huge reason why. But baseball, I try to watch as many Tigers games as I can, but I don't really watch anybody else. Same thing with hockey and basketball, the Pistons and Red Wings. But NASCAR's can't miss for me. Cup Series. Cup Series is on. I am watching that. I'm not flipping it back and forth on commercials or anything. Because I don't want to miss anything from the Cup race. I've always been like that, especially the last handful of years. I can't recall when I missed a lap. Schneider sits in 4th. The only cars ahead of him would be Allgaier, who now has fallen back to 3rd. Briscoe, who's back up to 2nd place, and Michael Annett, the race leader. 3.5 seconds off the lead for Schneider. 7 laps to go in stage 2. We'll see if he can run him down. There's heavy lap traffic around the leaders. It's going to get interesting. Schneider came up just a little shy of winning stage 1 to chase Briscoe, and Briscoe's in the mix to maybe sweep the stages, even though he has not led a lap yet in stage 2. He is only a couple car lengths behind Michael Annett right now. sends it to get around Jeff Green into turns 1 and 2. Michael Annette's got the cleanest traffic ahead of him compared to the other drivers inside the top 3, really top 4, considering Schneider is getting into the thick of that heavy lap traffic now as well. Wow, almost in the wall, trying to squeeze to the outside of David Starr. 5 laps to go now in stage 2. One more lap car that Michael Annette's going to catch. That would be Joe Graff Jr. in the 08. After that, I don't think he's going to catch another lap car the rest of the stage.
Still there? All clear. Got one peeking inside. Clear down low.
4 more laps to try and do it. Schneider is closing, but who's really closing is Chase Briscoe, and he looks low underneath Michael Annette. Annette trying to go to the outside of the 08, and now they're side by side for the lead off turn 2. For the stage 2 victory, and Briscoe has to fall in line behind Annette now into turn 3. Now back to the inside again. Annette still tries the outside lane. Allgaier is going to squeeze Briscoe down as well as Allgaier goes to the top. Schneider's got a huge head of steam behind both of them. 3 wide for second place down the front straightaway. Schneider had a huge run off turn 4 as they were side by side behind the lap car of Joe Graff Jr. Schneider passes them all, and he's up to second place, right behind Michael Annette with about 2.5 laps to go. Briscoe hangs on for third. Annette to the inside into turns 3 and 4. Schneider to the top. Schneider tries to squeeze to the outside. Annette looked like he was going to try to block, couldn't do it, and now he side traps him down the front straightaway. Into turn 1.
All right, you're clear there. Inside.
And clear off of turn 2. Keegan Schneider has not let a green flag lap all day long, and he'll be leading this next one, this time by coming to the final lap of stage 2. Trying to go for that 9th win of the season, a record-tying 9th win of the year. He could tie Chase Briscoe's record set last season in the Xfinity Series for most in a single season. These drivers, he's putting a second lap down. Matt Mills working on Tommy Joe Martin's off turn 2 as he tries to stay in front of the rest of the field. Briscoe pulls low, trying to block Allgaier and still trying to work on Michael Annette for second. Green-white checkered flag in the air. 13th stage win of the season for Keegan Schneider. First of the day at New Hampshire.
Way to go, driver.
Great racing, great battles at the end of both stages today, and still no cautions for incident. No adjustments here for the 99 crew. 4 fresh tires, full tank of fuel. Coming, or at least topping off on fuel. These guys will have to pit at some point in this final stage. It's 110 laps long. Green flag in the air. You never know. We haven't had a caution for incident. This could be the final restart of the day.
Got a car low now.
Certainly does not want Chase Briscoe to get to the lead as he blocks him off turn 2. Michael Annette on the outside had that run after Schneider pulled down in front of the 98 car.
Got one down low.
And now Briscoe gets to the inside of Schneider off turn 4 to lead at the line. All clear. Jesse Little to second. 3 wide now in the middle into turn 1. Little on the bottom, Annette on the top, and Schneider in the middle. Cindric now hauls into the inside lane. Allgaier tried to follow Schneider as well. That lane closed quickly.
Nice and easy, you're 3 wide. Clear high, clear high. Car there on the inside.
Like how the spotter called me 3 wide again, even though we're only side by side now.
Still there inside. You got room, you're clear.
Spotter is going nuts on this restart as they tend to do.
Still there inside. You got room, you're clear there. Hold your line, got
And
one
Jeffrey
inside.
Earnhardt inside the top 10 now. working on Schneider for 6th. Schneider overruns turns 3 and 4 a tad bit. Enough for the 0 to get on by, as well as Jeremy Clements. Chastain to the inside, and that's still held up. And the 2 drivers, Schneider and Annette, that restarted on the front row, are back to 9th and 11th.
All right, you're clear. Got a car coming inside now.
Annette up the middle.
Inside.
Schneider had no grip. Just kept pushing and pushing up the racetrack off of turn 4. Had to lift and let Gregson and Annette, both the junior motorsport cars, go. Boy, Tommy Joe Martins had to lock the tires up into turn 1. He slid a little bit. Did a good job keeping it off of Schneider on the outside. Chase Briscoe leads. He led every lap of stage 1. Didn't lead a single lap in stage 2 despite finishing 3rd. As he lost track position on the restart, but this time he went from 3rd to 1st. Allgaier restarted 3rd at the beginning of stage 1. It's almost like 3rd place is where you want to be on these restarts. For one reason or another.
Careful, still there. Got a car low now. Got one peeking inside.
We're back to 15th now.
Hold your line, stay high.
See, he hasn't cleared him for 14th yet, but he's close. Maybe not. Schneider got a better run off turn 2 that time.
Careful, still there. Inside. Still there, inside.
Cross flags, we're halfway home. 100 laps down, 100 still to go. And still no caution for incident tonight.
Still there.
Race 1 of 2 on our doubleheader Thursday edition of NASCAR Heat 5 Career Mode.
You got room, you're clear.
We'll be at Iowa in the next race immediately following this one.
Still there.
Saw a good race there earlier in the season. Schneider ended up getting the win in that one. And the late race restart with less than 20 to go. It's led for a great battle between Schneider, Briscoe, and Annette to the finish of that one. Coincidentally, those are the 3 drivers that were battling for the stage win in stage 2.
Careful, still there. All clear.
Barely clear the 0-7 down the back straightaway. There's a side draft of 39 of Sieg on corner entry. Tommy Joe Martin's kind of holding up Harrison Burton. Sieg down to the inside. We have 2x2 traffic behind Tommy Joe Martin's, who's in 12th.
Careful, still there. Got one peeking inside. Careful, still there.
Oh, looked to go low, and then Sieg pulled down right in front of him, and Schneider got into the back of Ryan Sieg. Shot Sieg a little forward. He was able to hold on. Schneider had to lift a little bit more after the contact, and again, Ray Black Jr. gets to his inside. And to get that run off turn 2. Just can't quite get there. And now he's going to go up the middle between Harrison Burton and Ryan Sieg. 3 wide into turns 3 and 4. This is a gutsy move. Martins isn't even on the lead lap. He's in 20th, in fact. Oh, man! Burton about got squeezed into the wall. Schneider let him go.
Still there.
I believe Martins is the first driver a lap down. Actually, he's 2 laps down now, I remember.
All right, clear low.
Not sure why he's holding these guys up. Keeping this pack congested.
Careful, still there.
Aggressive battle for 13th. Ray Black Jr. trying to make it 3 wide. Schneider has a run. 4 wide.
You're all clear on the bottom there. Nice and easy, you're 3 wide.
Schneider trying to break through.
You're all clear on the
Oh, how did he get around all 3 of them? That's insane! Martins pulls up and blocks him down the back straightaway. Schneider's going to have the inside into turn 3. So he kind of split those cars nearly 4 wide. Ray Black underneath them. Schneider didn't see him to the last second. They made contact.
Looking inside now.
And here comes Alex O'Day now in the mix to the inside of the 99.
Still there.
Ray Black just got ran into from behind, and that shot the 99 car wide off turn 2.
Car high, careful.
Well, he got through there initially, just to lose 3 spots again. What a battle with these guys. Again, just adding on to the great racing we've seen all night long.
Careful. Still there.
It's an evening long, considering it's still daylight out in my house.
Alright, you're clear then.
And we're in the daytime in this race as well at the virtual New Hampshire. Sorry, I had there we go. I had a pop-up in front of the chat. I couldn't read it. Oh, trouble! Daniel Hemrick has spun in 3 and 4. No caution. Schneider got into the back of Ray Black Jr. Everybody misses Hemrick to the outside. That was a bad time for that. A little bit of damage now to the right front of the 99. Ray Black checked up right in front of him, and Schneider didn't even see Hemrick there, who was sitting on the inside of the racetrack on the apron. No caution. We stay green. Hemrick was able to get it to pit road, by the way. He's in the pits as we speak. Schneider's car has gotten extremely tight after the added damage from the 07 now. In the wrong place at the wrong time. He was able to get around Ray Black for 12th still, but at least I think his concerns at this point. Mason Burton now going to get on by the 07. 90 laps to go. Alternate through the different camera angles for the first time in the race today. About the next 6 laps. Not get this car to turn like it was before. Not good, especially with the 98 of Briscoe out in front. Still 88 laps to go. Plenty of time in this one. Not if we stay green, but man, they didn't throw a caution for Henrik right there. They didn't throw a caution when the 18 was slowed down the front straightaway in the way of traffic. I don't know if they're going to throw a caution today. At this point, I mean, they haven't yet. Way Hemrick is out of the race. He has not returned to the racetrack. Definitely a tough break there. Again, he was having a good day inside the top 10. Hurts was inside the top 10 earlier when he had gotten into the outside wall and wrecked as well. Not sure how that accident started with the 8. Just kind of saw the aftermath of it. He was sitting on the apron, and now here comes Harrison Burton on the inside of the 99. For 12th place. Schneider going to try a crossover to get back to Burton, but the car's just too tight, and he can't do it. Has to let Burton go in front of him. Definitely as much as we've seen this 99 car struggle all day today. You would think it's less than 5 seconds of damage, but he can repair it. We're not going to know exactly until pit stops. By the way, he does have 2 sets of tires left the rest of this race as well. Schneider has won all but one race, 1 mile in less than length in the first 4 we've had this season, coming into this one at the Magic Mile at New Hampshire. A win at Bristol, Iowa, and Phoenix. He did not win at Dover, but he did have a top 5.
Careful, still there.
Back to the inside of the 20 of Burton.
You got room, you're clear.
Slides in front of him, Burton with a crossover to the bottom. Now they're side by side down the front
Stay
straightaway.
high up here. Clear low, clear low. Got a car coming inside now. You got room, you're clear.
I would assume with this being a 1 mile racetrack, nobody's going to want a short pit here at New Hampshire. We're likely going to see everybody try to take this run as far as they possibly can. Just 81 laps to go. Guys are about 30 laps short on fuel from the start of the final stage. So, again, they will have to pit. There's no way you can save that much fuel. And it's just going to be when you pit is going to be the big question. These guys can go about another 50 laps. Kind of wonder how big of a lead Schneider's going to have as well if this goes green to the end. Yeah, he's good on the long runs, but considering Briscoe pulled out to a 13-second lead, Schneider's probably going to have to get that much of a lead after pit stops. And then Briscoe's going to be running him back down again. So even if this goes green to the finish, I don't know if that's... It's not really going to matter if we get a caution or if it's going to go green to the end, or what's going to be the best opportunity for Schneider to get the win. Chastain has time to pull up down the front straightaway. Does. Schneider hops to the inside of him. He's going to use the 61 as a pick to stay in front of Chastain now for 9th. Inside of Jeffrey Earnhardt for 8th place.
You got room, you're clear there. All right, you're clear there. Still there. Car outside, hold your line. All right, you're clear there.
Trevor Grimes, welcome on into the stream. Racing at your home track. We'll see if we can get the win for you. guarantees of that.
Still there.
Schneider actually got a good run on Schneider off turn 4.
Stay low, stay
Schneider
low.
goes low at the last second in front of the 7 car.
You got one down.
The outside was being clogged by the 68 of Brandon Brown. Lapper outside the top 30 still. Blistering fast race pace tonight. Again, no caution for incident this entire race. Caution comes out now. These guys can make it on field in the end. So that pit window again is open. Has been for about 10 laps or so. 3 wide into turns 3 and 4. Schneider up into the side of the 51 of Clements.
You got room. You're clear.
That car all the way up high. And now here comes Annette. After getting around Clements, he's going to get around Schneider as well. Schneider up the middle between Fincham and Annette.
You're all clear.
Breaks hard into turn 1. And fends off Michael Annette that time to hang on to 5th.
Careful, still there. You're all clear up top there. Still there. You got room. You're clear there.
Battle on Jones. 70 laps left.
Careful, still there. All right, you're clear there. Got a car low now. All right, you're clear there.
Clear him in the middle of 1 and 2. Beats him back to the gas and hangs on for 4th. Jesse Little up to 2nd place. What a run by that 4 team. JD Motorsports here tonight. The first race in person was Ryan Blaney's first career win at Pocono. That's awesome.
You got room. You're clear.
Yeah, I haven't seen Blaney win in person. I'm 0 for 16, so I've not seen my favorite driver win a race yet. And I only saw Greg Biffle race once in person back in Michigan 2015. Well, I saw him run the truck race at Darlington last year too, so that was pretty cool. But he did not win either one of those 2 races. Yeah, but for Blaney's sake. Haven't even seen him win an Xfinity race, too. I saw him finish 3rd. I think he finished 3rd at Indy 2018 in the Xfinity race. I've seen him come close in Cup numerous times. Atlanta 2019.
Say hi, say hi.
Kentucky 2018 for a second.
Careful, still there. All right, you're clear there.
Schneider at 4th place, still about 9 seconds off the race lead. So, I mean, he gets in front of Briscoe. He's really going to have to widen this lead out before green flag pit stops. It goes green to the end. I don't know that this 99 team is going to be able to win this race.
Careful, still there.
65 more laps.
You got room, you're clear there.
Briscoe trying to become the 10th different winner this season. Oh, trouble, car on the wall. Turn 4, backing down the racetrack right in front of Schneider as he misses him to the outside. That would be Ray Black Jr. and the 07. Oh my goodness, make your heart skip a beat, why don't you? He's backing down the racetrack, trying to get out of the way, and he almost backed right into the 99 of Schneider, who had to slam on the brakes, avoid the 07 to the outside, and barely did. Got into the Ray Black Jr. 07 car already today. And Jesse Little's now going to short pit from second place. Interesting strategy call there for Jesse Little. Pitting from the lead, about 7 seconds off the lead. He's battling Cindric. Schneider down to the apron.
Got one up top.
Slides up in front of Austin Cindric.
You got room, you're clear there.
And again, we stay green here at New Hampshire as Ray Black finally makes his way to pit road. Another wonky race here tonight. Cindric 3 wide. Finally get around the lap cars. You gotta wonder where Jesse Little's gonna cycle out. I mean, he is pitting about 30 laps early.
Clear high, clear high.
I was almost wondering if we were going to start to see more drivers coming into the pits, but it has not been the case up to this point.
Careful, still there.
Billy Kramer, welcome to the stream.
You got room, you're clear. Top 3, use it if you need it. Car there on the outside. Clear high, clear high. Stay high up here.
60 laps to go here at New Hampshire. I mean, we're at the point now, I don't think we're going to see a caution. We've seen 3 incidents that should have warranted a caution, at least 2 of them that should have warranted a caution. Drivers legitimately spinning out, both in turns 3 and 4. And one hard into the outside wall, backing down the racetrack in front of traffic. That would have been Ray Black moments ago. NASCAR has not been throwing the yellow here tonight.
You got room, you're clear there.
Letting them race it out. Schneider's still working on trying to cut that deficit on Chase Briscoe, who was working hard to get around Alex Obey and put him a lap down. Finally did. Schneider's about 3.5 seconds behind him still. Almost got into the outside wall off 4. He had to lift. And Jesse Little's still in this race, but he's short pitted by about 30 laps. About splitting this stage in half, to be honest. And that's a risky strategy, because if we get a caution, he's going to get trapped at least 1, maybe 2 laps down around this 1-mile racetrack. If it goes green to the end, he might be the one cycling out in front in the final 30 laps and trying to hold on to win. Might as well when you're in a situation where you likely have to win to make it to the playoffs. Running second tonight. We only got 7 more races until the playoffs after this one concludes. 6 more after our Kentucky race tonight, so I don't have too many more chances left. It's been his best chance by far this season.
Still there. Top 3, use it if you need it. top. You're all clear up top. Got one down low now. You're all clear
I
up
believe
top.
Noah Gregson is the first driver one lap down. If we did get a caution, he'd be in the free pass position in 12th place.
Clear high, clear high. Careful, still there.
Gregson gives Schneider a lot of room on the top to get around him. And he's quite a ways ahead of LeBay.
Stay
The
high,
driver
stay
is
high.
racing for the free pass spot. Briscoe's got a lot of time before catching the 11th place car to put them a lap down. No lap cars now between the top two. 53 laps to go with a pit stop remaining yet in this race as well. How tight Schneider's car has gotten after a little bit of damage very early in the stage with Ray Black Jr. It's caused his car to get tight. He's using a lot more of that right front now than what he was at all in the first two stages, just because the car is just wanting to roll over on that right front a lot more after that right front damage that you see on the race car right there. It's a little caved in. Still working on trying to leg this one out. See a decent amount of tire wear at New Hampshire as it is. There's a good chance Briscoe could be wearing out his right front quite a bit as well. 51 to go. Schneider to the inside of Briscoe for the lead, and he's going to take it into turns 1 and 2. Briscoe's not going to get a chance to cross him over. So Schneider's out in front for the first time in the final stage of the race. And again, he has only led 2 green flag laps all day. That was at the end of stage 2. He's about to lead a third this time by. Almost slid into Josh Balicki. Lifted any extra and still able to keep that car underneath Balicki. That heavy lap traffic coming up very soon as well. The good news is Schneider's pit crew is pretty quick. Not sure if that damage is repairable or not. You almost wonder if you even want to repair the damage. Just to save time on pit road. We know Schneider's pit crew again is fast. They might be able to gain a couple more seconds there as well. Oh, trouble! Huge crash! Turn 1. Car hard into the outside wall. Might have gotten turned in the midst of that heavy lap traffic. And that is going to warrant a caution. With just 48 laps remaining, our first of the day. And everybody's going to be hitting pit road. For their only stop of the stage, Chase Briscoe will win the race out of the pits. That 4 seconds of damage is finally repaired on the 99. They'll have a little bit better handling. Green flag's back in the air.
Hold the line, got one inside.
45 laps to go. The length of the first 2 stages is all we have left.
Hold your line, got one inside.
Should be a fight to the finish. Briscoe easily holds on to the lead off turn 2. That's danger for the rest of the field.
Car there on the inside.
Snyder's got one more set of tires left at the end of this race if we did get another caution as well. They only got 12 cars on the lead lap now after Gregson got the free pass.
Got one down low now. Got one
briefly
down low
3
now.
wide on entry into turn 1.
Still there.
Oof.
Inside.
Wanted to clear that 0 car so badly, but he knew he wasn't clear. Had to stay to the outside, and Earnhardt beats him back to the gas. That allows Michael Annett now to get down low as well.
Got one down low now.
NASCAR Heat 5 reading my thoughts. This is scary. It's like Amazon ads. Yeah. I've always found that weird how, like,
Still there. Inside.
not even on Amazon. You can be on, like, ESPN. You'll see, like my ESPN app, and I'll see stuff about, like, you know, like NASCAR apparel and stuff like that. What the heck?
Inside.
A little creepy.
Careful. Still there. You've got room. You're clear there. Got one down low now.
Jones has been able to keep up with Briscoe, at least back in stage 1, but he was never able to get around him. We'll see if he can at least keep up with him here. If we go green to the end, there will be lap traffic.
Careful. Still there. Inside. You got room.
Whoa! That was a risky block on Justin Haley off turn 2. Guess it worked out all right, at least for Schneider. Really backed Haley. Seeds a lap down right now, trying to get around Haley, by the way. Ross Chastain will be the next driver for position behind Justin. Chastain's had a very weird season. He was so dominant at the beginning of the year. He won 2 of the first 3 races, finished in the top 5, and 6 of the first 8. But then after that, I mean, he's just kind of falling flat. He's outside the top 5 now in the regular season standings. Still has decent runs from time to time, but compared to how it started, it looked like he was a championship contender. It still could be when the playoffs roll around and everything kind of resets. He won a lot of stages at the beginning of the year, 2 or 3 of them in those first 3 races in which he got those 2 wins. I don't think he's won a stage since. So all 13 of those playoff points came in the first 3 races. I thought he was just going to go off after that, but he hasn't gotten one since. Runs outside the top 10 here late at New Hampshire as well.
Stay low, stay low. Car there on the outside.
Trying to quickly get back around Justin Haley. After Haley passed him.
Stay high up here.
Passing each other back and forth right now. A little contact between the 2 of them now. Helped Haley.
Still there.
Hurt Schneider quite a bit.
You got room. You're clear there.
Drives it hard through 1 and 2. Again, trying to get to the outside of Haley. Pulls up in front of him. Oh, man, now he got it in the back of him.
Stay high up here.
6 seconds off the lead, a little more than 6 seconds back. He's going to continue to lose time until Briscoe catches lap traffic. It's going to be about the flipping point where Schneider's going to start to gain that ground back again. He's still got a little bit. Unless we get another caution, then he can pit.
Inside. All right, clear low.
It does seem to be a little bit better in turns 1 and 2 than 3 and 4.
All right, you're clear there. Inside. You got room. You're clear there.
Unless he's side by side with other race cars, it's only going to help him. It's crucial to keep Sieg behind him, but even he was side by side with him for a couple laps. trying to remain in that free pass position. 13th. Get another yellow, he'll be back on the lead lap. And bring Noah Gregson back into the fold again.
Careful, still there.
Massive run to the outside of Haley off turn 2.
Stay high, stay high. Got one peeking inside.
Haley still hangs on. Schneider was so close to clearing him off turn 2, and then Haley gets back around him off 4.
Got a car low now.
1 and 2 again. Schneider beats Haley back to the gas. Now with a block down the back straightaway. And now he's clear into turn 3 this time.
Hold your line, got one
Haley
inside.
closes hard. Center of the corner, Schneider chops him off to hang on to 9th. Now he's trying to drive away. Needs to. Unless he battles with cars, unless he's side by side, it's going to help him out that much more. The more laps he runs side by side, the more laps he runs battling back and forth, or even just struggling to pass a car. Maybe that much less of a chance there in these closing laps to get to Briscoe. 30 laps remain. We'll alternate through the different camera angles one final time over the next 6 laps. Chase Briscoe has been on a mighty, mighty long losing streak on this NASCAR Heat 5 career mode. 31 races to the end of last season. This is race 19 this year. You do the math, it has been 50 races since Chase Briscoe's last win in the Xfinity Series career mode. He has been due, to say the least. Can today be the end of that winless streak, and can he go to victory lane? First time in, again, 50 races. This would lock him into the playoffs. Finished second in points last year, made it to the championship 4. And just that one win he had early in the year. Came so close so many times early in the season to a win, then he's kind of slipped up. He was consistently in the top 5 a lot early in the year, and that's why he's still second in the regular season standings. He's still getting consistent top 10 runs. He's only finished outside the top 10 3 times this season. But still, no wins to show for him. Pulling out his inner Denny Hamlin almost right there. Just about. Still needs to get through lap traffic. And again, just needs to finish this race. Finish it strong. Welcome back, Braden. Just in time for an exciting finish here at New Hampshire. Ethan, welcome to the stream as well. Instead, you get a Dominic Hendrick team thanks to Larson in addition. Yeah. Instead of Denny Hamlin winning all the races like he did last year. Most of like he did last year. Very true. Go back to the normal camera to the finish. 24 laps to go. Schneider's still about 7.5 seconds off the lead. And in 9th place yet. The outside of Jeffrey Earnhardt. Slid the tires a little too much into the corner. Dives all the way back down to the bottom. He does beat Jeffrey Earnhardt back to the gas and gets to the inside of Jeffrey by the time they're going to get into turn 1. Needs to pass him quickly. And does. And they'll stay in front of him in the center of the corner. Yeah, I haven't been able to play golf in a week due to the weather since I've gotten back into Ohio. Plus, I forgot my clubs when I went to Charlotte. So I went 3 days without golf there. The 3 days I was gone too. So unfortunate. It's been a week. It's had bad luck. It's either been cold or rainy a lot here in Northwest Ohio. Today was one of those rainy days. Not a whole day. I mean, it's been sunshiny the last few hours, but it's been way too damp. I mean, the golf course might not even be open. That, by the time it got done raining anyway, leaves were already starting up, so I wouldn't have been able to get out there regardless. Even if they were allowing people on the course.
Stay low, stay low.
Allgaier and net. Clements all battling for position. Schneider in the mix as well. All in a tight battle for 4th. 3 wide to the inside goes the 99. 20 to go. Underneath the Junior Motorsports Chevrolets and the Chevy there of Jeremy Clements. Lap car of Austin Hill. He clears everybody for 4th place, and he is digging, trying to get that record tie 9th win of the season. Close second to Harrison Burton last night. On a green-white checker, we've only had 1 caution for incident all day today.
Careful, still there.
Schneider's going to trap Cindric behind the lap car, Brandon Brown now. Cindric back to the inside of the 99 for a brief moment, but can't stay there, and Schneider clears him off turn 4. 3rd place, 5.5 seconds off the lead with 18 to go. So he's closed in about 2 seconds and 6 laps. You do the math, it's going to be close. They're probably going to get to him with a couple laps to go. It's going to matter how quickly Schneider can get around Jones for second as well as the rest of the lap traffic. There's about 3 cars on the track map in front of Chase Briscoe. Not directly, well, it looks like he's battling a couple cars right now. He's going to have a little gap, though, and then those 3 cars on an even bigger gap to the next set of cars.
Hold your line, stay high.
And every car he passes, Schneider and Jones also have to pass.
Stay on the bottom. All right, clear outside.
Can he get there? I don't think Jones has anything for him. Not without a caution. He's about 3 seconds back, and he's still losing time to Briscoe. Schneider underneath Jones for second into turn 3. Wow, he really slid it into the corner. Slides up in front. Jones back down to the bottom of the lap car of Mike Harmon's going to get in Jones's way. Schneider up the middle now down the front straightaway again, not trying to waste any time at all. There's the 3 lap cars in front of Briscoe, and then he's got clean air after that.
You got room. You're clear.
Briscoe's been getting through the lap traffic phenomenally all day long. And again, 50 races since his last win on this Xfinity Series career mode. Dating back to the 2nd race last season, we are in race 19 of season 2. Schneider is trying to take another one away from him. Briscoe got through all 3 of those guys about as quickly as he could. Schneider is gaining quick, though.
Still there? All right, you're clear.
He's catching him a lot quicker into this run than any other run earlier in the race. And this is equal length as both the first 2 stages with this 45-lap run to the finish. Back to no lap cars between the top 2 again. Trouble. Turn 1. It looks like there's somebody up in smoke. Might have been just seeing something there. I don't know. It's tough to tell. It might have been all right. No, yeah, somebody... Okay, that's what I thought. Somebody's up in smoke still down the backstretch into turn 3. He'll try to make his way to pit road this time. Ross Chastain in the 10. The driver with issues. We stay green. He'll make it to pit road. Still just the 1 caution for incident today as the leaders race on by. 10 laps to go at New Hampshire. 1 second between Briscoe and Schneider. Matt Mills, the next lap car in front of Briscoe. Probably catch him in the middle of 3 and 4. We'll see if he'll catch him in a good spot or a bad spot. Oh, he's going to catch him in a bad spot. Really bad spot, right off the exit of 4. Has to duck to the inside. That's going to slow Briscoe down. While Schneider was able to be on the throttle. Deep dive into turns 1 and 2. He's all over the back of Briscoe as he hustles around the 5 of Mills. Now to the outside with a run off turn 2. Briscoe trying to block. Almost put Schneider in the wall. Schneider now with the run down to the bottom.
Car there on the outside.
Clears Briscoe in the middle of 3 and 4. Briscoe with the crossover. Trying to fight to end the losing streak. Schneider trying to fight to tie the record Briscoe set last season. 8 laps to go. And clear into 1 and 2. Schneider back out in front again today for the first time in a while. He's only led right around 10 or less laps all day long. And he has ran Briscoe down late. Oh, Schneider kind of got in the wall a little bit off turn 4, pushing really hard. 7 to go. Heavy lap traffic in front of the 99 to come. And after this heavy dose of lap traffic, I don't think he's going to catch another lap car the rest of the race.
Careful, still there.
Really tight off turn 4 that time. Briscoe still within a second. 6 to go. Oh, Martins went to the high side. Schneider thought he was going to go down low, and Schneider got into the back of him. 3 wide to the outside of the lap cars now.
All right, you're clear. You got room.
Schneider's obviously got the faster car at this point in the run. Needs to keep it clean. 5 more laps.
5 to go, 5 to go. All right, you're clear there. All clear.
What a day. 4 laps left. 3-second lead now as Briscoe is not getting through that huge pack of lap cars nearly as well as Schneider did. And Schneider's opened up an extra 2.5 seconds onto the lead in the last couple laps. Win number 9 of the year will be career win number 13. Again, it will tie the record that Briscoe set last season for the most in a single Xfinity Series season of 9. Should say in real life last year, not season 1. And Briscoe's winless streak will reach 51 races going into the second race tonight. Assuming it stays green, at least long enough to get to the white flag.
Still there? Inside.
Last 2 races we've had green, white checkers. We've had 5 all season. And only 1 for incident all night tonight. That came with 48 laps to go. 2 to go around the magic mile. We'll try to get the season sweep at Iowa in the second race here tonight to try and break the record.
Stay high. You're all clear on the bottom there.
White flag in the air, 1 lap to go.
Flag left, hit your mark.
You knew it was going to be a close one, and it was. Schneider's been driving the wheels off this thing all day long. And he's about to drive it into victory lane here shortly. On turn 4, one final time. Career win number 13, 9th of the season. Keegan Schneider wins at New Hampshire.
Good job, driver. Checkered flag is in the air. It's yours.
Another win this season. Just what a year it has been. Drag style burnout down the front straightaway at New Hampshire. That would have been one of the best burnouts I think I've ever had. There we go, and I'll be going for win number 10. A record-breaking win number 10 coming up here in a matter of moments at Iowa. Schneider with the win. The 2 stage winners finished first and second. Briscoe, another second place run this season, and another one to the 99 of Schneider. Brandon Jones finishes third, Justin Allgaier fourth, and Austin Cindric rounds out the top 5. Michael in at 6, Harrison Burton 7th, Jeremy Clements 8th, Jeffrey Earnhardt with a great run finished 9th, and Justin Haley rounds out the top 10. Only 10 cars finished on the lead lap today. Gregson, first car lap down, finished 11th. And we had 3 DNFs, Ray Black Jr., Daniel Hemrick, and Riley Herbst. We saw all those guys get into trouble. Chastain, who exited the race in the final 10 laps, was able to get back on the racetrack, but he ended up losing the lead lap and finishing 2 laps down in 15th. But he did make his way back out to at least finish the race. Expanding the regular season points lead just a tad bit further over Chase Briscoe. Not by much, though, considering Briscoe finished second and won a stage, just like Schneider did. There was that miss. Schneider barely had locking the brakes up to get to the outside of Ray Black Jr., who wrecked early in stage 3. That was close. Save of the day, probably. Or miss of the day, whatever you want to call it. Helped him go to victory lane in the end. It's a 59-point lead, by the way, for Schneider over Briscoe for the regular season championship. Briscoe had the fastest lap of the day. I think he led the most, too. Yeah, 140 of the 200 laps led, dominated by Briscoe, but he could not seal the deal at the end. He used up too much of his tires and couldn't get through the lap traffic as well as he did through the entire race up until those final 10 laps. Just insane. You got to put yourself in that position. You're Schneider, and boy did he. Again, race 2 tonight at Iowa. Coming up shortly. Remember, Austin Cindric dominated that Iowa race, but crashed while leading. Have to assume he's going to be one of the contenders in this Iowa race this time around. Probably would have won if he didn't crash while leading earlier this year. So the field's going to have their work cut out for him, I would have to assume. Look out for that 22 car to maybe get his first win of the year. Hey, we got over 1 million fans now. Pretty cool. So on to the work plan. Short track chassis all ready to go. We'll have a 95 overall race car for the engine, the aero, and the suspension. All be maxed out. Well, all right. On to Iowa race 2 here tonight. Get this car qualified, and then we'll start that stream very, very shortly. Thanks for everybody watching. Again, like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. Road to 1,000 subs, road to becoming a NASCAR broadcaster, and more. Hopefully you guys enjoyed race 1. Get prepared for race 2. Iowa was a great race. We had just a great race there at New Hampshire as well. Excited for more short track racing. Hopefully you guys are too, and I'll see you in a couple minutes.